Hi, this is Tanya from Love Butter Tarot, back with the cards for the 1st of November 2017. Happy November to everybody. I'm sorry, I've got to start off with a couple of apologies and a few things that I need to sort of get out there, okay? So firstly, I'm so sorry that this week has been sporadic. I didn't manage to do daily cards on Monday or Tuesday. And yes, I do know that there are still 4 of the monthly. I think there's Gemini, Taurus, Cancer and Leo still need to be done for the monthlies, okay? I'm well aware. I have had umpteen messages, emails, people telling me I forgot them, that they're not there, blah, blah, blah. I know that, okay? I know that I have them to do, but I have had a lot of other stuff on. At the moment, some of you know, at the moment, I am moving house to another country in less than 3 weeks' time. So I'm having to completely pack up my home. I'm having to get all of the paperwork in order. I'm having to do all of the readings for the clients that have paid for them, as well as email ones and things like that. I'm suffering an injury which I am in absolutely excruciating pain with. It's really, really hurting badly. I went to try and get it sorted out last week and it ended up making it a lot worse. So I just literally haven't had the time to get them done, okay? I am having to focus on the paid readings and the paid clients. They are the ones that are having to come first with my time at the moment. I'm also trying to spend as much time as I can with my loved ones because I'm going to be away from them, you know. So I'm basically doing what I can, okay? So please be a little bit patient. I mean, really, I should say, right, I'm not going to do any until I get there. I don't want to do that because when I do have time, I will do them. And I know, you know, that there's people out there that appreciate them. I do. I know that, and I'm deeply grateful for that. But I also know that there's a lot of people out there who have an entitlement as well, and they think they should be there. I see this with other readers as well, you know, people putting abusive messages on other readers' posts. You know, we do them when we can. These videos are free, you know, and we try and keep them that way, you know, so there isn't really an entitlement there with it. So I think the more people are telling you that you should be doing something, you should have them up, you should have them up. I mean, I'm getting messages of people saying, you hate Geminis, you hate Tauruses, you hate this, that's why you're not doing them and all of that. It's like, come on, for God's sake, you know, do you think that is all I have going on in my life, that I want to take a little petty dig at a certain star sign? You know, it's beyond belief. So like I say, they will be up, them last 4 for November. When I get time, I cannot promise when, because I've literally the next couple of days, I've got no time to do anything, and I will do the dailies when I can, okay? Give it 3-4 weeks and I'll be back to normal and everything will be back to normal. There's going to be a lot of changes with this channel as well that are going to help you even more, you know, so I am working on all of that. So please, just a little bit of patience, okay, because I could lose mine with it. Oh, sorry, there's my phone going as well. It's just, please, it's like, somebody stop it. I want to go and live in this little bubble or something. Another thing I need to address as well, and I'm so sorry for this, okay, but I need to nip things in the bud straight away. Anybody who's been watching me for a while knows that I have a lot of new subscribers, and welcome and thank you, and I am very, very grateful that you're all here, okay? But there are a few, and I'm talking about the 1% here, okay? But I do need to nip it in the bud. There are 99.9% of you that I know appreciate these videos. You know how I read, you understand how I read and things like that, you know, and that is absolutely great. I'm pleased that we're on the same vibe. There are others, however, who don't seem to get that, okay? And like I say, the messages, the abusive messages that I've been getting, messages, comments and emails lately are just, you know, they're just silly. When I do these readings, unless I'm reading for you personally, I can't look at your personal situation. So people are cross-watching. And if I'm saying something like, all right, okay, you need to watch this air sign, and somebody is an air sign and they're watching their partner or their crush's thing, and then they're messaging me going, how dare you say that about me, that is not me, blah blah blah. It's like, whoa, I didn't even know you existed, you know. I do the cards, I do what is there, okay? I say what I see, and I give the messages that I am given to give out, okay? I'm not looking at anybody in particular when I do this. Even when I'm doing star signs of people I know, I don't do that, you know. So like I say, if you're taking offense from that, then you really need to look at why, rather than actually firing back at me. Sometimes as well within tarot, the messages aren't all fluffy and nice. I am not a reader that tells you it's all going to be sunshine, rainbows, butterflies and fluffiness, you know, because that is not life. Life is not like that. Life can be pretty tough at times, and life can be pretty shitty, and the people in it can be pretty shitty as well. So if I see that in a reading, I am going to try and warn you about that. That is my job. That is what I'm meant to do. And if you are forewarned, then you are forearmed. Okay, so if I do a reading that you deem as being negative, what it means is the energies are a bit funky around that sign at the moment, and I am trying to warn you of that. I will also, within my readings, I will also try and give you tools or explain to you the best way to cope with that. Okay, because we all get into funks at times and funky stuff happens, but if we know how to deal with it in the correct manner, then that can help us like get through it quicker. And this is the way that I read, okay? So if you don't like that, don't watch my channel, okay? And don't tell me that I fucking shouldn't be doing something. That's what I woke up to this morning. It's like, you know what? Forget it. If there is any abusive comments put on my wall, on my channel under the videos, they will be deleted straight away. I'm not going to buy into it. They will be deleted, and you will be blocked from commenting again, okay? That is as far as I'm going. I have more stuff, and I have people here that value these readings, you know, and them are the people that I am talking to. If you're just going to dismiss anything that's said and try and use it to have a go at me, then please, you're in the wrong place, okay? Go somewhere else. There are plenty of other people who will actually buy into your drama, you know. I don't feed the trolls. I don't do it, you know. So, like I say, thank you to all the new subscribers. But anybody coming, just wanting to pop at me, go somewhere else, because I'm not going to bite, okay? This is a positive vibe. Every reading I do comes from a place of love, even if it's something you don't want to hear. There is a reason for that, okay? Spirit want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. You want you to be happy. But sometimes when you're in that place, you need, sometimes it's you've got to hear things as they are, not how you think that they are, okay? And that will aid you in the future, okay? So sorry, I've spent like 8 minutes, you know, but I am not going to apologize for the way I read. That's it. I'm sorry that I can't do the readings as often as what I usually do, but I am not going to apologize for the way that I read and for the messages that I give out, okay? So there you go. Right. So back to the readings now, back to what I enjoy and what everybody else enjoys. I feel like a school teacher that's having to come down and put rules down straight away. I'm using a new deck today, and it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's the Fountain Tarot. Such a stunning, I mean, even the way it's packaged is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And so I'm using this deck this week. I've seen how many I can do. And the card that I pulled, they're very, very subtle images, these, but I really feel that they say a lot. There's a nice calmness comes with them, is the Two of Wands. Now, this is a beautiful card, the Two of Wands, okay? And if we can see in there, you know, it is. Now, what this card says is, it says that you're at a crossroads, okay? A choice needs to be made at the moment. And you need to make a decision, which might be a little tricky, because when I'm looking at that, I'm sort of getting it. It looks like chopsticks. And you know what I like when you first start to use chopsticks, how it's quite hard, isn't it? So this is it. It's going to take some getting used to. It's going to take a little bit practice. But it's saying there are two different choices for you. And it's saying that both are valid, but you can only put your energy and your efforts into one of them. And what it's saying here at the moment is there is a danger that if you take too long to think about this opportunity, that you could actually lose it. Because what it's saying here is that you have done all the research, you have all the facts in front of you, so there's no more you can delve into it. There it is. It's like, it's choice time, you know. You've already sown seeds as well within both choices, I think. But this is a time for action now. It's like you need to progress, you need to plan, you need to move forward. You know, the thinking is over. It's like lights, camera, action, you know. I feel that there could be insecurities as well, like underlying insecurities around this. But I don't feel they're justified, okay? Because this is telling you that you need to step out of your comfort zone and go with your instinct. Listen to your inner voice with this as well, because it's like, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So this is telling you to actually go for something that that is new in a way, you know. That's it. You've got to go for something new. And it's saying follow your bliss here, trust your instincts and be brave. Because there is a real fulfillment, I feel, coming around this. And it's saying that you might be in a little bit of a head mess, in a little bit of a quandary here as to whether to stick in your comfort zone. But it's like, you know that the world has so much more to offer you, you know, there's something bigger or more meaningful within your life. And you know that in order to grasp this or maximise that, you need to leave this familiar ground. So this is what it's talking about. It's like, oh, do I stick with okay, or do I go for what could be amazing or what could fail? And this is it, you know. And it's like the sort of, you know, what if I fall? And it's like, yeah, but what if you fly? You know, this is it. There's two sides to this. And like I say, this is the two of wands. So what this is saying is sometimes this can be the start of a relationship as well. Something that's yet solid, something that hasn't really started, but you might be thinking about taking a risk of it. Or you might be sort of thinking it's too risky. They're saying there. Because trying something new is always a little bit daunting, you know. But what they're saying and what is coming in with this card is that it will be worth it, okay? It's like they are showing you the world in your hands. Now, within traditional tarot, they show the world. Within this one, it looks like a little crystal ball, you know. So it's like your destiny is in your hands, you know. And like I say, this is beautiful. They're quite like crystals, these as well. I really like it. And there's like strong, solid direction with these. So this is like saying, like, every journey starts with a single step, you know. Your balance will be restored as well if you allow it to be. And you need to step out of your comfort zone in order to regain this balance, if that makes sense, you know. So you need to stop being hard on yourself and beating yourself up, because I feel you might be beating yourself up because you cannot make this decision. But it's also saying, like, give yourself a break. Just trust your intuition. Let go of any fear, and once you let go of the fear, the confusion will cease as well. Okay? So like I say, an absolutely beautiful card, that. The Osho Zen Tarot card that we have here is Adventure, and I love this, you know, I really, really love this. And this is saying, you know, this is about walking through new doors, you know, and changing the status quo, which is exactly, it ties in so well with that. So this again is about making decisions and moving. And it's saying, like, not to get complacent and not let fear get in your way neither. And if you look at that card, you'll see that there's a child there, and it's moving through like a green archway here, and it's walking into a rainbow of colours. So this is saying that your world is about to get more colourful if you take this step. So this is a new adventure, you know, and what it's saying is you must go into this like a child, with wonder and with innocence, you know. Children are without expectations because they have little experience to draw on. A lot of times, all of the fears we have, I think we're born with two fears, which are loud noises and heights. Everything else is something we've learned. So like I say, if this is a new relationship, if this is something new, you are going to draw on the experience that you've had on the past, okay, and actually project that into this situation when it is completely different. And children don't do that because they don't have that experience, you know. So they haven't got this set vision on how things are want to be. They just want an adventure. And, you know, they sort of trust, and they just go step by step. Their sense of curiosity, is stronger than the fear of their unknown. And you think when you were a kid, so your friend would knock on the door and say, are you coming out to play? And you would go, yeah. You didn't think, oh no, I've got to be up early tomorrow, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. It's like, right, okay, yeah, I want it. This is what I want. I want to make the most of my time. So this is what it's saying now. A friend could phone you and say, oh, can you come out next week? And you're like, oh, I don't know, I've got things to do and blah, 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 and at the end of the day, these are precious moments spending, I was out with a friend at the weekend and they were saying that they should have worked rather than going out, but they'd gone out and had a really good time, and it's like, yeah, work will be there tomorrow, and this is saying, don't lose this sense of adventure. Adventure has got nothing to do with plans or maps or organization or anything like that. Adventure is just going out and seeing what happens. You don't plan an adventure, you just do an adventure, and it just all sort of unfolds before your eyes. So this is saying it's time now to let go of patterns of behaviour that you've built up, the conditioning that you have built up within your adult life as well. We get conditioning from parents, we get conditioning from friends, we get conditioning from the media, the corporate world, and what we do, the more we step into this conditioning box, the more we lose our sense of magic. So this is saying when we move into the unknown and the new, when we have this trust like a child, when we have this innocence, this openness and this vulnerability, even the smallest things in life can become great adventures and we find the magic in life again, So this is what it's saying, step out like a child when you believed that anything was possible. When you were a child, you dreamed big. That's what you done. You didn't worry about what might happen. You just went with your gut. You followed this curiosity and, you had fun on the way. And this is what this is talking about. The Colette Baron Reid card that I pulled is Deep Knowing. And this is talking about our intuition. If we have a look at the owls on there, I love owls. Owls always are very significant within my life, And there's a lot of stars there. And this is about our dreams as well, And this is talking about our intuition. Intuition, right? What does intuition mean? About our intuition. And how when we are connected to our intuition, we are then connected to source, we cannot see where these answers are coming from our naked eyes, but we feel it, we feel it internally. And what has happened is within this conditioning that I was talking about within this card is we are taught to turn off this sort of internal sat-nav that we have. We're taught to ignore our natural sort of inner compass as well, and our natural guidance. We're taught to look at logic and to, do all of that. And that doesn't work all of the time. This is when the magic goes from our life. And this is saying, there might be a little bit of truth in this logic, but there is not the full truth in it. There is something missing towards that story. So by going with your deep knowing and your intuition, this will open the door for you, You can actually sort of tap into your greatness, tap into your wisdom as well, because there are answers available there to us that we can't find in any books. That is somebody else's experience when we read a book. It's not ours. What I love about this tarot deck as well, which ties in with this, is on the back it says there, awaken the questions because you are the answer. And this is it. The answers are all inside of us, but we need to allow ourselves to be free and to tap into these rather than looking at externals to show us which way to go. So what this is saying is you need to get into your feels, okay? Turn off your logical mind, get into your feels, because your feels are what is true, okay? This is all of your senses, and your senses are working all of the time, but you forget to tune into them or you forget to listen to them. So what you need to do is learn to listen to them, okay? Because this is where you will get sacred knowledge. So trust your vibes because they will always be right as well. When you ask, you will then receive answers. from your own inner guide and from source as well. And this is saying that there could be somebody in your life. This is strange because that mentioned relationships as well. And this, they're saying here, it's like there could be somebody in your life where there is a sort of a soul connection, okay? And this person is currently, or is going to be, like, to play a meaningful role within your life, you know? This might have happened quite serendipitously, if that makes sense, you know? But I feel it was synchronized. Everything is in sync. We just don't realize it, you know, and there is a connection on a deep level here. And this is saying that this person will be instrumental and important on your journey. So pay attention as well. It's a bit like alchemy here, like coming together and bang, there, the magic's there, you know. So this is saying that if there is somebody around you and you have this hunch or you have this feeling around them, then trust it and let your heart lead you now, because there is magic waiting to happen. Now, what we need to do is we need to, as we purify our bodies, as we get rid of, I've been off alcohol for quite a while for no particular reason. I just don't fancy it. You know, I've got 2 fantastic bottles of gin there that one time I would have drank them, but I'm just not feeling it at the moment, you know. So my body is telling me, no, it's not alcohol time. But what this is saying is, as we purify our bodies, when we get rid of these toxins, and, you know, when we go out into nature as well and we turn off all of these electricity and all these sort of crazy frequencies and that the way we pick up on a daily basis, what happens is we can start to listen to our body more. And we realise that everything we need is within us then. So it's like we don't need to go outside for advice. You know, we know which direction to go in and we then trust. So it's about getting into your fields. And like I say, there's a decision to be made. But if we make this decision, if you think about this decision and think about the 2 different choices and really tune in to how you're feeling, okay? One of them will tell you that it's the right choice. And it will be because you're I don't know, because you're calm within it. I mean, when they talk, you know, within Buddhism, they say if you meet somebody new and your heart races and you get all like flustered and everything, then they are not the one. You know, when you meet somebody and it's all like, all right, okay, this is it, this is calm, this is cool, this is whatever, then they are probably the one, because there is no drama with that, you know. But like I say, when we're thinking about decisions, we need to tap into our feels, okay? And your feels will hit you right there, just in your breastbone. And does that, think about something and then feel, does that tense, you know? Does it calm? Is it telling you yes? Is it telling you no? You know, so use your senses as your guide today. This is what is needed, because this is where you will find your answers, you know, when you're actually tapping into you, because them answers are within you. And the choice you make, I mean, they always say, don't they, throw a coin when you're making a choice, because when that coin is up in the air, you know what you want it to land on, so that actually makes your choice anyway, you know. But this is about action, you know. You need to make choices, you need to make decisions. There are choices there, you need to make decisions. And I feel this is pretty soon, because they're saying there could be an opportunity lost here as well if you don't act fast, okay? So I'm going to pull a spirit card and see what spirit have to say here. We have a new moon, full moon in Taurus on the 4th, which is going to be important. I will talk about that probably on the 4th, you know, but I'm just looking at that card there and they're showing me the moon there. So, like I say, I feel the 4th is going to be important as well within this decision for you. But it's like I say, go out and have an adventure, you know. This is why I'm really, I'm not looking forward to it at all. We're driving over. It's going to be 3 days driving where we're going, across a couple of countries. And we're in a tiny little car. We have the dog. I have my big computer. We have our clothes and everything. It's like, I don't know how we're going to do it. I really, really don't. But I am going to document it and film it as well. So I think that should be fun. But you know what? It's going to be an adventure. It's something I can one day tell my grandchildren. I think that's the way I'm trying to look at it. So, right, okay, spirit card for the 1st of November, please. Oh, right, okay. There's 3 fell out there, so I'm gonna read these. Right, okay. The first one here is ancient knowledge, and it says, there is a flame inside your heart, a light that stems from the dawn of time. Ancient love and ancient knowledge are being rekindled. Close your eyes, connect with and feel the love and wisdom you hold. Let it flow out from your heart and transform your life. So that's exactly what I'm saying. You know, that is where you will get this sacred knowledge, you know. And like I say, there is love there as well. And, you know, open your heart to this. The next one, I've said this before, I always see this as sort of a fertility card. It looks very like an ovum there, doesn't it? And this is divine will. And this says your life is unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. Trust, let go of fear and apprehension. You are protected and eternally blessed. Have patience, all manifests in perfect timing. So this is it, it's coming. And then we have this one. And this is holiday, and it says the spirit of the ocean calls you, offering healing and much needed peace. Come to the water and connect with its endless flow of magic. You need a change of scenery. Take a holiday and all will fall into place. Now, what is interesting with them cards is they are all, I mean, these cards are all colourful cards, but if we have a look, these are all blues, okay? Now, blues are all about healing. They're also all about communication as well, okay? So there is something big happening here, okay? And it's like, I feel it is coming out of the blue, but this is to take away your blues as well, if that makes sense. So I feel if you get a chance to go somewhere, you know, near the ocean, take a holiday, do it. Tap into your inner self. The answers will be there because there is a new life unfolding for you here. You just have to make that decision that you are going to act, you are going to trust, and you are going to go where you are being guided, okay? And I promise you it will be worth it. It really, really will. So I hope that makes sense to you. Please let me know if it did. If anybody would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. The link is below. I'm fully booked this week. I have no appointments for emergency readings or anything like that. So it is into next week if you are wanting to book a reading. But like I say, I am going away. So if you're not booked in, then I cannot guarantee that I will be available to read for you within that time. Like I say, first week of December, everything will be back to normal. But this month is just, I'm juggling. It's like, I feel like I'm spinning plates here, you know. So I'm so sorry about that. And like I say, apologies for the stuff that I had to say in the beginning, but I nip things in the bud straight away. And, you know, everybody that watches these knows what type of channel it is. I love it because people are now talking to each other on it as well, you know. But I do read every single message. I just haven't had a chance to reply to them, but I do read them all. And I do see how you are all helping each other as well. And that's what this is about, okay? It's coming from a love base. It's not coming from an ego base. And if ego's there, it's kind of not going to fit in. Okay, so have an absolutely fabulous day, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Sat Nam.